There are a lot of things that are truly fascinating about the world of pro wrestling, but if there's one thing that gets the fans at the edge of their seats, it's when a superstar embraces the dark side. Heel turn happens every now and then, but rarely do we get to see a turn that makes sense. A turn that is built up for months and feels so right and justified. We have witnessed performers turn heel without any major reason, but from what we have seen in the past few months, there are two specific heel turns that have captivated pro wrestling fans worldwide. Yes, I'm talking about Drew McIntyre and Hangman Adam Page. Two stars who were fan favourites a couple of years ago for their relatable babyface struggles that have now joined the other side, and their motivations and explanations make all the sense in the world. So today, let's analyse the similarities in motivations behind the heel turns of both Drew McIntyre and Adam Page. If you're new here, my name is Mex. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we're going to get into this one, starting with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre finally won the big one in 2020. On his road to the gold, he eliminated Brock Lesnar to win the men's Royal Rumble match. Things should have been on the up for the Scottish Warrior, but the world decided to pump the brakes when a global virus became a thing. Regardless, Drew got his moment when he defeated Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 36 to win his first ever WWE Championship. This was a major point in Drew's career, even if it came in front of 0 fans. This was also a time when Roman Reigns and John Cena were out of action. Brock had also stepped away after his match against Drew, so Drew was looked at as the top guy in the company. He basically carried the entire company on his back and made sure that the company was going in the right direction. Excellent matches against the likes of Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley and Randy Orton solidified Drew's title reign and as an important figure on the men's active roster. Everything was going well until Roman Reigns returned at SummerSlam of that very year and turned heel, something fans have been wanting for years. Roman went on to win the Universal Championship soon after at Payback. Roman's character work was above and beyond everyone else's, and the commendable work Drew did during the pandemic era was being pushed aside. Roman went on to defeat Drew McIntyre in a champion versus champion match at Survivor Series with an assist from Jey Uso. The more Roman accumulated wins, the more it became clear that Drew McIntyre was nothing more than a number 2. This frustrated Drew, but his frustrations reached a new height in 2022 when he was set to face Roman once again at Clash at the Castle for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Drew McIntyre had the advantage of being in his homeland of the United Kingdom, and when he was just about to defeat Roman Reigns, the Bloodline cost Drew his entire world when Solo Sikoa interfered to give Roman the win. Ever since then, Drew's life has become a living hell, and he has descended to a place embodied by self-doubt and insecurities. He lost everything, and most importantly, he lost his self-confidence. Drew tried to regain control of his career by shifting his focus to the Intercontinental Championship, but that amounted to nothing when he lost to Gunther in a triple threat match involving Sheamus at WrestleMania 39 and in a singles match at SummerSlam. Having no clear direction, Drew's last option was to go after Seth Rollins, who was the World Heavyweight Champion at the time. But like always, there was a familiar face that bothered Drew. Jey Uso joined Monday Night Raw after leaving the Bloodline for good. The Raw roster didn't welcome Jey with open arms, as he, alongside the rest of the Bloodline, put them through hell, and he was one of the reasons why Roman's title reign went on for so long. As weeks went by though, the Raw roster was opening up to Jey Uso, and even Kevin Owens, who has been feuding with the Bloodline for years now, embraced Jey Uso. Drew wasn't having it. He wasn't willing to accept Jey as this changed individual who had repented from all his past mistakes. When Drew reached his boiling point, he embraced the dark side and attacked Jey Uso and anyone who told him to forget about the past and everything the Bloodline put him through. Drew realized that forgetting about things wasn't helping, and playing it safe had got him nowhere. Turning heel was his last resort, as he felt that being a good guy was doing him more harm than good. This even led to him winning the world title at WrestleMania, even though it was short-lived. Drew's feud with CM Punk had added layers to Drew's heel run. Knowing how the Bloodline cost him WWE's top prize, he tried to keep an extra eye on Punk and contain him, but Punk got the best of Drew at Clash at the Castle and Money in the Bank. Like Drew, another popular babyface from the other company was starting to embrace the dark side also. Adam Page is quite possibly the best babyface AEW has ever produced. Adam Page vowed to become the first ever AEW World Champion, but he fell short to Chris Jericho. The thought of not living living up to his promise frustrated him to the point where he was kicked out of the Elite. However, Page fought hard and got himself together, and he reached the top of the mountain in 2021 where he defeated Kenny Omega to become the AEW World Champion. From that point onward, Adam Page went on to see more success. Even after losing the AEW World title, Page returned to his brothers and reunited with the Elite. He had several battles against Jon Moxley and the Blackpool Combat Club and came out on top in the end. Little did Page know that there was another performer who had been keeping an eye on him for so long. After the All Out event in 2023, Page was confronted by none other than Swerve Strickland. Swerve played mind games with Page and made it clear that Page was wasting away all of the opportunities that were presented to him. Swerve talked about how he wasn't given the opportunities Page received because he wasn't friends with the Elite. Swerve did everything he could to destroy Page's life. He even invaded Page's home and left a t-shirt inside the crib of Page's child. On top of that, Page suffered two massive losses to Swerve at WrestleDream and Full Gear. As Swerve Strickland's star grew, Page wanted to get back at Swerve by stopping Swerve from becoming the AEW World Champion. He accomplished that when he willingly tapped out to the AEW World Champion Samoa Joe in the three-way match at Revolution, just so Swerve couldn't win. However, the Elite suspended Page, and Swerve utilized this opportunity to become the AEW World Champion. Swerve not only has the World Championship around his waist now, but he even has the fans behind him. Adam Page, knowing how Swerve sabotaged his opportunity, hated the fact that the fans chose someone who done something so dastardly to Adam Page and his family on his way to becoming world champion. A vengeful Adam Page entered the Owen Hart Cup as the wildcard entrant, and he faced Jeff Jarrett. The fans still chanted Swerve's house at him. Adam Page, who gave everything to AEW and the fans, was driven by hatred and had developed an unhealthy obsession and wanted to bring down Swerve's house. He never wanted to go down this route, but how can he remain calm when the man who broke into his home is now the biggest star in the entire company? Page doesn't care for fans anymore, and Page didn't care for his friends in the Elite anymore either. He cares about one thing, and that's making Swerve pay for what he has done to Page, and Page will do anything to achieve that, even if it defies his moral ethics. These two character turns that we speak of are the epitome of how to make a heel character feel logical and still maintain heat with the audience. No longer are we living in an era where baby faces just turn heels for the slightest of foolish reasons and we just have to accept it as fans. McIntyre and Page have shown that yes, they are pro wrestlers, but at the end of the day, they're also humans with emotions. Lest we forget, Liv Morgan, who has been fueled by a similar experience, the crowd didn't opt to support her either. Friend of the channel, Wrestle Talk's Sati Nyangi, had this to say about Liv Morgan.
And I want to give an honourable mention to Liv Morgan, because she also is a justified babyface in her feud against Rhea Ripley, because Rhea Ripley injured her and put her out for like 8-9 months. She comes back, she injures Rhea Ripley, but yet the audience is siding with Rhea Ripley. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to Hangman Adam Page, Drew McIntyre and even Liv Morgan, the crowd, the fan base, they're the true heels in the situation.
These characters didn't deserve the hell they were put through. They reached their breaking points after a certain time and went on to seek justice, even if it came at the expense of losing the support of their fan base. Popular babyfaces who achieved their career-defining victories only to be overshadowed, criticized, and their morals be tested, leading them to dark transformations. Both wrestlers experienced their highest achievements during challenging times. Drew McIntyre, the global lockdown; Adam Page amidst internal struggles and a crisis in confidence. Being a stand-up guy got them nowhere, which eventually led to both embracing a darker heel persona, turning against their previous allies and abandoning their former ethical principles. Both are having the feud of their careers against key characters that were instrumental in their heel turns, Drew with CM Punk and Page with Swerve Strickland. And both have complex relationships with the fans. Initially adored, they now face negative reactions as their dark sides emerge, despite deep down fans acknowledging the excellent character work they're doing. In essence, Drew McIntyre and Adam Page's stories mirror each other in their rise to glory, subsequent turmoil, and eventual descent into darker personas fueled by personal vendettas and a quest for redemption or revenge. And with neither of them directly feuding world champions right now, It shows the power of great storytelling is when character work is given detail and time to be fleshed out. So now I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about the heel turns of Drew McIntyre and Hangman Adam Page? Are you guys enjoying what these guys are doing right now? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe for more and hit the like button, and click the video on screen now to learn how one of the modern homes for performance and development in NXT dropped the ball with their talents.